Okay, class, picking up where we left off at. We had the area is equal to 6 square feet. But one thing I want to say is when we were here, when we had 6 over 1, we typically do not leave a fraction divided by 1. Whenever you see a fraction divided by 1, you go ahead and make it into the whole number or integer. So now we come to section E, dividing fractions. To divide fractions, we multiply by the reciprocal of the second fraction. Now the reciprocal just means that you would just flip the second fraction. So we would keep the first fraction the same, which is 7/8. Division becomes multiplication, and 7/10 will become 10 over 7. Okay, now we could do cross simplification. 7 goes into 7 once, 7 goes into 7 once. 8 and 10, they both have 2 in common. 2 goes into 8 4 times. 2 goes into 10 5 times. So this would be 1/4 times 5 over 1, which is 5 over 4. Now again, typically if we could change this fraction to a mixed number, we typically would. So we would take 4 and the 5. 4 goes into 5 once. So we have 5 minus 4, which is 1. And we have a remainder of 1. So we have 1 as our whole number, our denominator is 4, and our numerator would be our remainder, which is 1 and 1/4. Now, whenever you do take the placement test, look and see if both of these answers are available. If the 5/4 is the one that's available, you would pick the 5/4. But if it has it as this mixed number, you would pick the mixed number. Now we go here. We have 4/5 divided by 6. So first thing we want to do is make this 6 into a fraction. So we'll make it 6 over 1. So we will have 4/5 times, we'll change division to multiplication and take the reciprocal of the second fraction, which would make this 1 over 6. Now, if we could cross simplify, we should. We could cross simplify 4 and 6. Both of them has 2 in common. 2 goes into 4 twice. 2 goes into 6 3 times. So we add 2/5 times 1/3. So we add 2 times 1, which is 2, and 5 times 3, which is 15. So it'll be 2/15. Now, we scroll down here to the next problem. We had two mixed numbers divided by each other. Before we do anything, we need to change these mixed numbers to improper fractions. So our denominators will remain the same. So we'll take 3 times 5, which is 15, plus 3, which is 18. 2 times 5 is 10, plus 2 is 12. So we would keep the first fraction the same, change division to multiplication, and take the reciprocal of the second fraction. Now we do cross simplifying. 5 goes into 5 once, 5 goes into 5 once. 18 and 12 both have 6 in common. 6 goes into 12 twice. 6 goes into 18 3 times. So this will give us 3 over 1 times 1 over 2. So now we add 3 times 1 is 3, and 1 times 2 is 2. So we can rewrite this as a mixed number. 2 goes into 3 once, and we have a remainder of 1. So now our final answer would be 1, denominator stays 2, and our numerator is our remainder. So it'll be 1 and 1/2. Now we come here to this. This is considered to be called a complex fraction. So we need to rewrite this. This is the same as saying 7/12 divided by 5/18. So now what we would do is this. This first fraction will remain the same. Division will become multiplication, and we'll take the reciprocal of the second fraction. Okay, so now we have to do cross simplifying. 12 and 18 both have 6 in common. 6 goes into 12 twice. 6 goes into 18 3 times. So that's the same as saying 7/2 times 3/5. Now, we multiply straight across. This would give us 21 over 10. Now we would divide 10 into 21. 10 goes into 21 twice. And we have a remainder of 1. So now our final answer would be 2. Our denominator would be 10. And our numerator would be 1. So our final answer would be 2 1/10. Now we go down here to section F. It says Bob has 5.5 pounds of hamburger. How many quarter-pound hamburgers can he make? Now, first of all, we need to know what quarter pound is. Quarter pound just means 1/4. So basically, they want us to know how many 1/4 pound burgers can he make. So what we would do is we would take 5 1/2 and divide it by 1/4. Okay, so we'll change this mixed number to an improper fraction. This will give us 11 over 2 divided by 1/4. So this would be 11 over 2 times 4 over 1. Now we need to cross simplify. 2 goes into 2 once, 2 goes into 4 twice. So we have 11 over 1 times 2 over 1. So we will have 11 times 2 is 22, and 1 times 1 is 1, which will give us 22 burgers. Or you could put 22 quarter pound. I guess I should have put quarter pound. 22 quarter pound burgers. So this right here would be your final answer, 22 quarter pound burgers. Now we scroll down here to number 2. It says Jane's lawn covers 2/3 of an acre. It takes her 4 hours to mow the lawn. How many acres does she mow each hour? So we would take 2/3 and divide that by 4. Because it took her 4 hours to mow 2/3 of an acre. So we would take 2/3 divided by 4. We'll make this 4 over 1. So we add 2/3 times, take the reciprocal, which is 1/4. Multiply, well, we could simplify. 2 goes into 2 once. 2 goes into 4 twice. So we add 1/3 times 1/2, which would be 1/6. So she mows 1/3 of an acre per hour. So she mows 1/6 of an acre per hour. And that is the final answer. Now, one other thing I want to say to you all is this here. There was an error with, as you all saw through these videos, it was a lot of jumping with the videos. So we just have to be very conscious of that. The numbers will come back, so don't worry about that.